Hello guys, and welcome to another PvP commentary. So I have been playing a lot of Frostmage still. Seriously, I can't stop playing this build. To the point where it's actually preventing me from even playing other builds. I'm so sorry. The Stamsork is coming, I promise guys. But anyway, I've been loving it. As you guys can see here, this build's just so strong. Literally just face tank players and deals so much damage. So yeah, been absolutely loving it in PvP. But as the video title suggests, I have been working on a special project, and it is a new character. It is going to be another Frostmage, and if you guys want to see what that special project is, I'm going to give you a little sneak peek of it at the end of the PvP commentary. We're going to take a look at it. But anyway, let's continue the PvP commentary. So that first fight there, just a little treat for you guys. Very nice burst coming out of that door there. So let's move on to the next one. And here you can see we are on Bleaker's Outpost here, and we have just engaged with these DC. They killed this EP player. I go right into my ultimate. I catch 3 players really well. They get stuck on me hard here. Put huge damage into one, big damage into the second one there. Just managed to get the snappy Force Pulse kill there. Very low on Magicka, so we go into the Mist form to make the retreat here. Throw our friend Aggro a heal here. And as you can see, we failed once, twice. We failed to make the jump up the hill, and the enemy player actually leaps on us, and his leap pushes us up the rest of the hill. Like, actually, his leap is what caused me to get out of that. So we managed to just peel out a little bit here. As you can see, almost no Magicka, very low on the Magicka, but this build, as you guys have maybe noticed from the footage, is so great at coming back from a bad position where you're very low on resource. Here you see we go into the ultimate, we laid down our first field there, slowing them down. We catch both of them really well in the ultimate here. We go for a lot of damage on this Nightblade here, get a massive Torix enchant on him there, and he goes down. And now we are left to fight this last Templar here. And yeah, our Magicka is still doing pretty good. We started at no Magicka against the 2. Now we're down to 1 player, and we're still sitting around that 1/4 mark, trying to work our way up here. The Templar goes offensive on us here and goes for her Dawnbreaker, so she puts a lot of damage into us. We're just going to go for a few heals and a little bit of kite around this tree. Ideally, maybe we could have put a field down here, like a snare field, to kind of slow down her offense. That being said, though, I decided to just pull out of this position entirely and go opt for a better location. There you can see we managed to stall until the potion. Go for a huge heal coming out of our pot there. We have our ult up yet again. Go into our ultimate here. We're going to trap her in our fields that we had laid down preemptively and just pulse her down. And yeah, I don't think she had the gas in the tank left to finish us off there, and we managed to bring her down. Really nice little escape there, showcasing that Frostmage trolliness. So let's go on to the next fight here. Same location, we are engaging yet again with the blues, and I'm actually in a party with another Frostmage, so we've got double the ice. Oh, baby. These guys are in trouble. So these guys here start to engage us. This guy slowly works his way up the hill, taking a lot of snare there from the frost fields, and we're just going to continue to fight them there and keep our fields down. Our ally player takes most of the pressure there, so we just kind of position ourselves on the top of the hill, hoping to kind of soak up a bit of the attention. We managed to get quite a bit from these 2 players here. Go into our ultimate, and we try to trap this Nightblade. We get on top of him and trap him. He even ambushes into us, so we would have got him anyway. But there you see we managed to finish off not only the Nightblade, but another player there. Unfortunately, our friendly player goes down there as well from the pressure, and now I'm left to fight alone against the remaining DC here. I go for a little bit of a kite around the rocks here, just backpedal over and then back around again, just to see how many players we still have on us here and how much aggro I've still got. It looks like it's just this one Sork, but then I see the other Sork come around the corner here. So we're going to have to fight them. Sork, as you guys know, is always a tricky fight. The most difficult thing about fighting a Sork, in all honesty, is Rune Cage. And you see this particular Sork here is not running it, which is kind of good for us. That means that we're not going to take a lot of those really bad stuns in the middle of our rules, etc. I find when I fight Sorks on this build, I have to use a lot of Mist Form, and honestly just get into a situation where I can survive the Rune Cage when I know it's going to come. But like I said, fortunately this guy's not running it, so we're just going to do more kiting around these rocks here. And you guys can just see how we hug 0 resource on this build, tons of vines and Betty Netch spam. We're going to go for our Reflect as well when we can to generate more ultimate. Also, the Reflect is going to return some resource as well when we use it, so the Reflect's going to be really good for our sustain also. And here you see we actually managed to not only survive, but we managed to pull away from this group of DC, and we're left with just these 2 Sorks on us. And this is where the Reflect, I think, is going to work overtime against 2 Sorks, because this is super tough to fight. Now, we also have the Betty Netch here, and here you can see I'm spamming the Netch occasionally. The Netch is important because it's actually going to purge the curses. A little bit of loading screen, but everybody got it. We'll be okay. Unfortunately, the loading screen as I go into my ult, so I don't actually manage to finish this player off, and I'm caught with no Magicka, unable to capitalize on the Force Pulse there to bring her down, and now I'm super low resource again, and we just go right back into our Reflect here. And yeah, like I said, that Reflect is so great for fighting Sorcerer. I find it so easy to deal with a Sork if you have that Reflect. Any ranged combatant, even like Gank or Nightblade spamming Snipe, that Reflect can soak up Snipes, so it works really well. There you see we get a really good stun off on this Sork here with the off-balance roll dodge stun, but we don't manage to put enough damage into him to actually bring him down again. And we're just going to keep engaging with these guys. They're just kind of trying to keep me trapped here. Fortunately for me, I mean, I'm still pretty fast. Sorks we can't really lock down with the Ice Mage. There you see we managed to get a really good stun off on this guy. Put some big damage into him. Another EP player shows up just as we get the kill. And the last Sork runs away. Showcasing yet again a bit of the tankiness of that Frost Mage. Seriously. And yeah, let's look at the Frost Mage in more of a Zerg fight. And I just had to share, like, this is one of many kinds of fights that I've had like this on this build. But just look at this. Our snare potential, this 3 EP player on this choke, 3 EP players, and our snare potential allows us to hold all of these AD in the siege. They are dropping. Look at how many bodies are on the ground here. And it's simply because they cannot move quickly over this gap. We don't have the defensive force here to really actually beat these guys, but due to the fact that we can just lock them in our siege like that, we're getting so many kills. The Frost Mage has been absolutely incredible for these kinds of fights. Honestly, I want to go as far to say that you're able to actually decide the outcome of fights with the Frost Mage. You know, if you have a big enough impact with your snares on the fight and you catch enough people in a bad situation or in a bad negate, etc., they will go down. And the Frost Mage is so good at exploiting that and really just playing these groups for and just making them take way more damage than they should. But anyway, guys, let's take a look at that special project. As I told you guys, it is a Frost Mage. So something that I've always wanted to do in ESO is have a character that is a higher PvP rank than the actual level of the character themselves. So this is possible, but it's very hard to do, and it requires you to kind of level your character in a very specific way in order to achieve that goal. So I've always wanted to try it, and I never got around to doing it, but I finally decided one day the lag was so bad, I'm like, screw it, let's just do it. We dedicated a long portion of the day to beginning this build, and as you can see, we're going to start it out. So the first thing that we got to do is get to level 10 so we can start gaining alliance points. But that is going to be a process. So I actually set myself up with a build to do this. And the build that we're running here is Night Silence, Willow's Path, and that's it. Just Night Silence, Willow's Path. We've got 3 Swifty jewelry on as well, and that's going to help us move around and gather shards and lore books and the Sigic portals, etc. faster. And then the Night Silence is for the increased sneak speed. We are going to go Vampirism because we're Frost Mage, but for now, the sneak speed is going to be very important. Part of this goal means that we're going to have to try to actively avoid all the XP that we can. So as you can see here, we're just going to quickly, after grabbing the gear that we created on our other character, grab all our guild quests here. It is super important that you remember to grab these when you create a new character. Otherwise, you just end up screwing yourself over. And then finally, like I said, our goal here is to have a higher rank than an actual level. So during this leveling process, we actually want to avoid as much experience as possible. So we have no training gear in any of our gear as well. We've actually gone full invigorating for the regen, and we go for the Steve Mundus for the health recovery and the bonus movement speed. All of this build is essentially set up so we can run around and sneak and get all our stuff done. So as you can see, we also are going to grab Vampirism, and then comes the most important part of any build, arguably, the fashion scrolls. So we're going to have to make ourselves look Ice Magey, of course, before we start leveling up this character. And there you go. There's the finished product. Ice Mage version 2. We can always redo the outfit, but anyway, we are off to begin the Sijic quest line. So, yeah, this quest line has a little bit of issues on the first quest here. This one house just, honestly, I don't know what's up with it. But anyway, we do manage to finish the first Sijic quest, and very important to remember, guys, that after you finish that first Sijic quest, that you go inside of this portal here and you grab the next set of quests from this guy. This is the actual quest line that will give you the Sijic XP, and that's the one you actually have to do. So we start the Sijic XP grind, of course. So part of this 1 to 10 grind is our goal of kind of getting our Sijic line, our Mages Guild, and our Fighters Guild all to 10 before we hit level 10. And this is important because we don't want a lot of XP on this account to keep it low level. So we need to avoid all XP. So as you can see here, we finished the first Sijic map without actually grabbing a single way shrine in the Summerset area. And then, of course, we move on to the second Sijic quest. So the entire time that I'm actually doing these quests, I'm trying very hard to avoid any exploration XP. I am literally killing nothing. You only kill things that you absolutely must kill in order to keep the XP as low as possible. And then finally, I managed to finish not only the Sijic Daggerfall zone, but I also finished the lore books in Daggerfall. It's important that you finish the entire zone, because as you can see there, we get extra XP for completing the zone, and we're going to get extra XP for completing the Stonefalls zone as well. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, I have potion cooldown and invisibility pots, just for fun. But anyway, I came to this one because it shares some books with the Daggerfall zone, so it's just quicker for me to get the bonus XP from this one by doing it right away. But anyway, guys, I'm going to continue leveling this character, and I'm going to keep you guys up to date with it. If you guys liked this video and you liked this kind of idea and you're excited to see the progress, let me know. Hit that like button. And if you guys are new here, hit that subscribe button and stick around for more content in the future. If you guys want to see me stream live, you can always join me on Twitch. I stream almost every day. And then finally, we are sponsored by What the Fast. They are a VPN for gamers. If you guys get crap pinged to your favorite games, it is completely free to try, and it may help you out. No credit card required to sign up. So that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time.